Yan. Tuloy natin, no? Number 11, the primary source of revenue for a merchandising company is basic, no? Sales revenue. Merchandising. Number 12, the two primary systems for accounting for inventory are perpetual and periodic C. Number 13, a company buys merchandise on account with terms 210 net 30 FOB shipping point. If the invoice amount is 10,000 and freight costs are 500, what is the net cost of purchases if the company pays within the discount period? So, nakabayad daw yung company within the discount period, may discount ka na 2%. So, ano yung isasubject mo sa 2%? 10,000 lang ba o kasama yung 500? 10,000 lang. So, yung 10,000 times mo siya sa 98%. Ganun na lang, no? Ganun lang gawin mo. 10,000 times 98%. 10,000 times 0.98. So, 9,800. Pero, syempre, freight cost, kasama yan. Kasi kasama siya sa pag-compute ng total landed cost ng inventory o yung total cost ng inventory. So, plus 500. 98 plus 500, 10,3. Letter C, ang number 13. Letter C. Tandaan mo, kapag papasok, no, kapag pabili ka, sinasama mo yung 500 as an inventory cost. No? Pero kapag nagbibenta ka palabas, yung freight out, delivery expense yun. So, selling expense siya. Okay? Kapag seller ka, yung delivery expense mo ay hindi kasama sa cost ng inventory mo. Kasi delivery expense nga yun. So, freight out is delivery expense. Freight in, kasama siya sa inventory. Therefore, ayan. Letter C ang sagot sa number 13. Number 14, a seller grants a customer a sales allowance for 1,000 for damaged goods that the customer has decided to keep. This transaction will typically involve a debit to. So, ano ba nangyayari kapag may damaged goods? No? Pwedeng i-return ng customer, pero pwede ring i-keep ng customer. Pero babawasan mo na lang yung receivable from that customer. Okay. So, babawasan mo yung receivable. Paano magbawas ng receivable? I-credit mo yung receivable. So, mali yung letter A. Kasi ang tinatanong, ano daw yung debit? Debit accounts receivable, hindi. Kine-credit mo yan kapag meron kang sales allowance. So, ang tamang sagot dito, ang i-debit mo ay sales returns and allowances. Letter B. So, debit, sales returns and allowances, credit, accounts receivable. Number 15. The formula for net purchases is net purchases. Ang tamang sagot dito ay letter A. Tandaan mo yan, yung formula na yan. Purchases plus freight in minus purchase returns and allowances minus purchase discounts. So, itong purchase returns and allowances at purchase discounts, yan yung mga contra purchase accounts. Then, yung freight in o yung transferred in, transportation in pala, transportation in, kasama siya as a cost of the inventory. So, ina-add yan sa purchases. Letter A ang sagot sa number 15. 16. In a multi-step income statement, ito, multi-step income statement, yan. Gross profit is followed by, ayun, gross profit. Ano daw kasunod ng gross profit? Ito yung gross profit natin eh. Ang kasunod dyan ay operating expense. So, letter C ang number 16. Number 17, a physical count of inventory is always required cut under both the perpetual and periodic inventory system. Kailangan siya kasi kailangan malaman nung company kung magkano talaga yung inventory sa end nung period. No? Baka ang sinagot mo dito ay only under periodic inventory system. Pwede kang malito kasi, no? Under periodic inventory system, ginagawa mo yung inventory count para ma-identify mo magkano yung cost of goods sold. Okay? Kasi hindi mo siya ma-identify, hindi mo malalaman kung magkano yung cost of goods sold mo sa periodic inventory system kapag hindi ka nag-count. So, laging required sa periodic inventory system ang inventory count. Pero, under perpetual inventory system, required din ang physical count. No? Kasi, dyan mo malalaman o dyan mo ma-verify yung actual na naging inventory mo. Kasi minsan, under perpetual inventory system, di ba, na monitor mo naman yung galaw ng inventory. So, dapat, yung records mo, yung records mo at the end of the period is always updated, no? Yung inventory records mo. So, sa end ng period, meron kang record ng inventory. Ngayon, i-compare mo yung record na yon ng inventory sa actual inventory na nasa warehouse mo or yung bibilangin mo through physical count. Ngayon, kung magkaiba yung inventory records mo kaysa dun sa nabilang mo during your physical count, kunwari, mas malaki yung inventory under your records or your inventory records, tapos yung nabilang mong inventory during your physical count ay mas konti. Ibig sabihin, kulang yung inventory mo. Anong nangyari doon? Pwedeng may shrinkage or merong mga nawala. So kapag ganun, i-close mo yung mga nawala sa cost of goods sold. Okay, idadagdag mo siya sa cost of goods sold. So debit, cost of goods sold, credit, inventory. Kung merong shrinkage, no? O yung mga nawala. Shrinkage, kunwari, yung inventory mo ay composed ng liquids o pabango. Kunwari, pabango yung inventory mo. Tapos naka-drum yung pabango. Drum siya. Tapos, yung isa palang drum ay sumisingaw. So, may butas siya. Nag-evaporate yung pabango. So, imbis na puno siya, imbis na, kunwari, 10 liters, naging 2 liters na lang siya. So, nag-evaporate or nag-shrink. Pwede ring butas pala yung drum, so tumapon yung pabango. So, meron ka ring shrinkage or losses dyan. So, i-close mo yun sa cost of goods sold. And malalaman mo lang na meron ganito, may shrinkage, and may mga evaporation na nangyari kapag nag-conduct ka ng physical count. Pwede rin, ultimately, nawala, no? Yung drum, ninakaw pala nung warehouse man. Yun. Kaya kailangan mong mag-physical count kahit ang gamit mo ay perpetual inventory system. Letter C ang number 17. Number 18, the sales journal is used to record. Okay, sales journal. Boy. All credit sales of merchandise. Okay, bakit? Saan nire-record yung cash sales? Sa tama, cash journal. Okay. Yung sales journal na yan, para lang din siyang journal, no? Pero puro sales, puro credit sales lang yung laman niya. So, all credit sales of merchandise. Mali yung all sales transaction kasi yung cash sales are recorded sa cash journal. So, lahat ng cash transactions nandyan sa journal na yan. So, mali na rin yung C kasi all cash and credit sales of merchandise. So, mali yan. And lalo yung D, only cash sales. Kasi nga, all credit sales lang o yung sales on account lang ang nire-record sa sales journal. Number 19. Purchase journal is used to record. Tama, letter A. All credit purchases naman of merchandise. Kasi kapag cash purchase, Sa cash journal pa rin yan. O, basta lahat ng galaw sa cash journal, nire-record. So, mali na yung D, mali na rin yung B. Number 19A. Number 20. Which of the following is a non-operating activity for a merchandising company? So, non-operating, interest expense. Dahil ito ay financing. No? Tandaan mo ba yung cost na binabanggit natin kapag nag-raise ka ng capital? Nilagay ko to sa board last time. Pag nag-raise ka ng capital, may cost yan na kaakibat. So, paano ba yung sinasabing pag-raise ng capital? Kung gusto mo mag-start ng business pero wala kang capital, kailangan mo mag-raise ng capital at nangutang ka sa bangko. So, nung nangutang ka, hindi naman yung utang mo lang ang babayaran mo. May cost yan, syempre. And yung cost na yun ay interest expense. So, itong interest expense ay financing cost and yun ay non-operating. So, lahat ng natira dito, operating activity. So, related sa operating activity. Sales revenue, pag nagbenta ka, operating yan. Freight out, nag-deliver ka. No? So, operating yan. And salaries expense, operating din yan. Letter C ang number 20. 21. The general rule for determining when to record the purchase of goods is that the title passes when? Kailan daw nagpapasa yung title? Depende sa shipping terms o sa FOB terms. No, kaya kailangan mo i-drawing to para malaman mo kailan nagta-transfer yung title. Kapag FOB shipping point, nagta-transfer yung title dito sa shipping point. No? From seller, mapupunta na sa buyer yung title. Ay, bakit naging bangka yung ulo ng buyer? Yan. Kapag naman FOB destination, magta-transfer yung title kapag nakarating na kay buyer yung goods. Yan. So, depende sa shipping terms o sa FOB terms yung transfer ng title. Letter D ang 21. Tingnan nga natin, baka hindi ko na-click yung record. Ayan, nakaklik naman pala. So, number 22, closing entries for a merchandising company using the periodic inventory system. Periodic, no? Include closing the purchases account with a credit to purchases account. Okay. Pag kinlose mo yung purchase account, di ba? Pag nag-record ka ng purchase, debit purchases under periodic. Ano ba yan? May ilangaw. Yan. Debit purchases, credit accounts payable. So, pag nag-close ka ng purchase account, i-debit mo yung income summary. Dalawa pala yung sagot dito sa number 22. Debit income summary, credit purchases. Hindi ko nakita yun So, dalawa ang sagot, B or C. Credit to purchases, tsaka debit to income summary. Number 22, yan, B or C. Dalawa ang sagot. Okay, number 23, the use of a special journal for sales transaction is efficient because it avoids the need to. Okay, special journal. Ito yung mga journal na nabanggit natin kanina. For example, yung sales journal. Special journal yan. Puro credit sales lang ang laman. Itong cash journal, special journal din yan. Puro cash transactions lang yung laman. So, anong opposite ng special journal? General journal. Okay, so general journal, nandun lahat ng transactions, halo-halo. No? So, bakit tayo gumagamit ng special journal? The use of the special journal for sales transactions is efficient because it avoids the need to record every sale in the general journal. Ayan. So, for efficiency, no? Nasa-summarize kasi yung similar transactions dun sa special journals. Sa case na to, yung credit sales. Letter B ang number 23. Okay, number 24. Which journal is used to record the payment of rent expense? Nagbayad ka ng rent expense? Ano yan? Cash yan, no? Cash. So, mamimili ka na lang dun sa dalawang cash. Cash receipts journal or cash disbursements journal. Nagbayad ka eh. Nagbayad, payment, no? So, this is cash disbursement. Letter C. Cash receipts, gagamitin mo to kapag nakatanggap ka ng cash. No? So, itong cash journal natin, nalaman mo na dalawa pala siya. Cash receipts, tsaka cash disbursements. Journal. Journal. Yan. Number 25. When merchandise is shipped, FOB shipping point. So, FOB shipping point. Dito. The cost of the freight is considered as the expense of the. So, pag ganito, di ba, kay buyer. Okay. So, cost of freight is considered an expense of the buyer. So, B or D na lang ang pagpipilian mo. A and C, mali na. So, si buyer ang mag-shoulder ng expense, no? And is part of cost of goods sold or inventory. Ganyan ba talaga ang mangyayari? Yes, no? Kasama siya as part ng inventory. So, letter B ang sagot sa 25. Kasi, tanda mo ba yung formula natin na net purchases? Ayun, no? The formula for net purchases is letter A. Purchases plus freight in. So, yung freight in na tinutukoy dyan is itong cost of the freight nung bumili. Okay. Kasi kapag freight out, kapag nagbenta, part siya ng operating expense. Yun yung letter D. So, letter D is wrong kasi buyer point of view tayo dito. Next, number 26. The difference between net sales and gross profit is cost of goods sold. Basic na basic sa'yo. Number 26, cut. 27. The credit memorandum issued by a seller dictates that, ito, na-discuss din natin nung class, no? Letter A. The seller is decreasing the customer's account receivable balance. So, kaya kinikredit na yung accounts receivable ni customer. Kaya kailangan malaman ng customer na nabawasan na yung kanyang bayarin. Kaya may credit memo na tinatawag. Letter A. Number 28, a merchandising company's balance sheet will differ from a service company's balance sheet primarily because of the inclusion of, alin dito ang pinagkaiba nila. Both naman sila may accounts receivable. Both sila may equipment. Both sila may owner's equity. Ang pinagkaiba lang, yung inventory. Letter B ang number 28. So, merchandise inventory, under merchandising lang yan. Number 29. A company records a purchase of merchandise with a debit to purchases and a credit to accounts payable. So, pag purchases ang ginamit, ang ibig sabihin, ang inventory system na gamit niya ay periodic. Letter B, periodic. Okay, kasi kapag perpetual inventory system, debit inventory yan. Merchandise inventory. Okay, number 30. If a company sells a merchandise for 800 and collects a 5% sales tax, ito yung VAT, no? Sales tax. The entry to record the sale would include so kunwari, nagbenta ka daw, sells a merchandise for 800. Sabihin na natin cash, no? Debit cash, $800. Credit, Mag-credit ka ba ng sales dyan? Yes, no? Nagbenta ka eh. Credit sales. And magki-credit ka ng sales tax payable, no? So, magkano dapat yung sales tax? Ito ay, ano rin, no? Output VAT din yan. Output tax. Output VAT. Letter C. Yan. $800 times 5% yan. 800 times 5%. Makukuha mo ba yung 40 dyan? Yes, so 40. So 40. Sales mo ay 760. Next, number 31. Under the perpetual inventory system, the journal entry to record a purchase return. Perpetual ha? Tapos purchase return. So, anong record mo? Kapag purchase return, no? Paano ka ba mag-record ng purchase muna under perpetual? Debit. Merchandise inventory, credit, accounts payable, no? Bumili ka ng inventory, purchase. Ngayon, purchase return. So, magbabalik ka. So, debit, accounts payable, syempre, babawasan mo yung bayarin mo kasi binalik mo yung inventory. Credit, merchandise inventory. Kasi perpetual yan. Kapag periodic, tandaan mo, purchases yung debit. Credit, accounts payable. Ito yung periodic. So, pag periodic, nag-return ka, debit pa rin, accounts payable, credit, purchase, returns, and allowances. So, since perpetual inventory system tayo, ito ang entry natin. Hanapin mo lang sa choices. Debit to purchases, mali, no? Kasi, under periodic yan. Credit to purchase returns and allowances. So, yun, no? Under periodic din to. Credit to inventory. Nag-credit ba tayo sa inventory? Yes, ayun, no? So, letter C. Debit to accounts payable, debit to cash. Wala. Dapat accounts payable lang. Debit accounts payable lang. Ito yung nagpamali. Okay. Therefore, number 31, letter C. Next, number 32. Operating expenses are typically divided into two categories on a multi-step income statement. Sabi natin, operating expenses, either selling yan or admin. So, number 32, letter A. Ito yun, nasa na ba yung multi-step natin? Ayun, multi-step income statement, ayun o. Operating expense, either selling or admin. Number 33 tayo. If a company failed to include 5,000 of goods held on consignment from another party, okay, meron daw goods held on consignment from another party. So, ikaw, kunwari, ito yung warehouse mo, nandito yung inventory mo, tapos, meron ditong inventory din na hawak mo, pero hindi sa'yo. Kasi held on consignment lang yan. Hawak mo to, pero hindi sa'yo. Tapos, ito lang daw yung binilang, no? Yung inventory mo dito, ito lang yung binilang. Tapos, itong held on consignment mo, hindi binilang. Ano daw epekto, no? The effect on net income would be, wala. No effect. As the goods are not owned. Kasi hindi nga sa'yo to, held on consignment mo lang yan. Next, number 34. The credit terms net 30 mean that the net amount of the bill is due within 30 days of the sale. So, letter A. Net 30. Okay. 35. If a buyer returns goods purchased on credit, the effect on the buyer's financial statements is a decrease in, okay, buyer daw, nag-return ng goods purchased on credit. The effect on the buyer's FS. No? So, point of view tayo ng buyer. So, purchase return to. Okay. So, ano ang entry natin ulit kapag nag-purchase return tayo? May binigay ba dito na periodic or perpetual? Wala naman, no? Pero ultimately, same naman yung effect niya. Magkaiba lang yung account na ginagamit. So, assume natin na perpetual na lang siya. So, ito ang entry kapag sige, ibayin natin kulay. Ito ang entry pag bumili, no? Debit, merchandise inventory, credit, accounts payable. Ito naman ang entry kapag nag-return. So, ano effect kapag nag-return? Bababa ang accounts payable, bababa ang merchandise inventory. So, decrease in accounts payable and inventory. So, letter A, malito, no? Kasi dapat accounts payable, ayun, and inventory. So, letter C ang tamang sagot. Letter B, mali, no? Kasi inventory and accounts receivable yan. Dapat accounts payable. So, letter C ang sagot sa number 35. Number 36, which of the following is considered an internal control procedure for cash sales of merchandise? Okay. Considered an internal control procedure for cash sale of merchandise. Ano ba yung internal control na sinasabi dyan? Internal control, yan yung mga policies in place para ma-avoid ni company yung mga wrongdoings ng mga empleyado niya, no? So, for example, dito, cash sales, no? Ano bang pwedeng gawin ng mga empleyado kapag may cash sale ng merchandise? So, pwedeng yung kahera, magbenta siya. O yung bantay mo sa tindahan, magbenta siya for cash. Tapos, hindi niya na i-record yung sale and ibubulsa niya na yung cash para sa sarili niya. So, paano daw natin makokontrol yung ganong senaryo? So, ang tamang sagot dito ay letter C. Providing customers with a pre-numbered cash register receipt. Pre-numbered para malaman mo, no, nung owner na nagkaroon talaga ng benta and kumpleto yung cash dun sa cash register. No, kasi kung may kulang dun sa resibo dyan, malamang may ginawang kalokohan yung kahera mo. Although, itong concept na to kasi more on sa auditing theory yan, no? Makikita, no? Control, internal control. Sige, i-bonus natin tong number 36. Medyo advanced topic siya. Pero at least, alam mo kung ano yung internal control. Okay. Pre-number yung resibo. O pre-number, ibig sabihin, lahat ng resibo may number na dyan. So, kapag may kulang dun sa numbers, may nangyaring kalokohan. Number 36, IC. Bonus natin yan. Number 37, in the general ledger, the accounts receivable balance should agree with the sum of the balances in the subsidiary ledger. No? So, dalawa lang yung subsidiary ledger dyan. Accounts receivable and accounts payable. Pero ano ba yung sinasabi dito sa item 37? Dapat daw yung accounts receivable balance ay mag-agree sa subsidiary ledger ng accounts receivable. So, letter C. Ano ba yung ledger na yan? Yan yung T-accounts, no? Yung pinakasimpleng ledger na pwede mo makita ay yung T-accounts. So, nakikita mo dito yung accounts receivable. General ledger account. No? Nandyan lahat ng accounts receivable. Ngayon, ano naman yung subsidiary ledger na accounts receivable? Yung subsidiary ledger na accounts receivable ay accounts receivable per customer, no? Customer 1. So, magkano ang receivable mo kay customer 1? Ganyan lang. The subsidiary ledger ni customer 2. Accounts receivable, customer 2. Yan. Pinaghihiwa-hiwalay lang para malaman kung magkano yung receivable per customer. Ganun yung concept niyan. Subsidiary ledger, nandyan yung per customer. General ledger, sama-sama lahat ng customer. Number 37, cut. Number 38, the landed cost of merchandise inventory includes all of the following except. So, landed cost ng inventory, ano yung mga ina-add natin dyan? So, purchase price, nandyan yan. Freight in, sama yan. Purchase discount, dinededuct yan. Ang hindi kasama, freight out kasi ito ay delivery expense. So, number 38 though. 39, if the beginning inventory is 10, net purchases are 80, and the cost of goods sold is 75, the ending inventory under the periodic inventory system is, so, iti-account natin na merchandise inventory. So, beginning inventory daw ay 10,000. Net purchases daw ay 80,000. Tapos, cost of goods sold daw ay 75,000. So, 10 plus 80, 90, minus 75, 15,000. So, therefore, ang ending inventory mo ay 15,000, letter A. Ito, tinuro na rin natin to, no, nung nasa class tayo. Sana natatandaan mo na siya. Number 40, a merchandiser sold $500 worth of merchandise for cash. The transaction was recorded in the cash receipts journal. The columns used for this transaction would typically include a debit to cash. Siyempre, nakabenta ka eh. Debit to cash, 500. Credit, sales, 500. So, letter B ang sagot sa number 40. Simple lang pala siya. Debit, cash, credit, sales, revenue. 41. Which of the following best describes the difference between a cash discount and a trade discount? Okay, yung cash discount, nire-record. Na-discuss din natin to last time. Yung trade discount, hindi nire-record. So, anong choice yun? Cut. Okay. Trade discount is not recorded. Ito accounting records while cash discount is recorded. So, letter C, 41. 42. The purpose of the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. So, accounts receivable subsidiary ledger, na-discuss natin dito sa taas. Subsidiary ledger, naka-per customer yan. Ayun o, naka-per customer yung subsidiary ledger. So, number 42 is letter B. Detail the transactions with each individual customer. Boy. 43. The adjusting entry to record inventory shrinkage under perpetual inventory system. So, perpetual, gamit mo dyan ay merchandise inventory account. So, paano pag nag-shrinkage? Paano natin nare-record? Saan yung example natin kanina dito? Yun, may shrinkage na evaporate yung pabango. So, ito ang record natin, no? Sinama natin siya as cost of goods sold. So, debit cost of goods sold, credit inventory. Debit cost of goods sold, credit inventory, boy, ang number 43. Number 44, in the periodic inventory system, the temporary account purchase returns and allowances is closed with a purchase returns and allowances. No? Paano mo i-close yung purchase returns and allowances? So, paano ka muna mag-record niyan? Kunwari, bumili ka muna. Tapos, periodic yung gamit mo. Bumili ka. No? Debit, purchases. Credit, accounts payable. Ngayon, nagsoli ka ng merchandise. So, debit, accounts payable. Credit, purchase returns and allowances. Ngayon, i-close mo na daw yung purchase returns and allowances account. So, para i-close siya, i-debit mo. Purchase returns and allowances. Credit, income summary. So, ang sagot ay nasa B. No? Debit, purchase returns and allowances. Credit, income summary. Boy. 45. When a customer returns merchandise. So, si customer naman yung nag-return, no? So, sales return naman to. Number 45. The effect on the seller's gross profit is a decrease in gross profit. Okay, puro pala decrease in gross profit to, no? Pero by the amount of the return, less the cost of goods sold return. Okay. Ano ba epekto sa gross profit pag nagbalik yung customer ng merchandise? Syempre, ano ba formula ng gross profit? Sales minus cost of goods. O cost of sales na lang para kumasya. Okay. So, ang epekto ng return sa gross profit ay malamang the amount of the return less the cost of the goods returned. So, the amount of the sales returned minus the cost of the goods returned. So, letter C ang number 45. Number 46, an example of an administrative expense for a merchandising company is, so, ano ba ulit ang operating expenses? OPEX, pwede siyang selling, pwede siyang admin. Sa selling, lahat ng may kinalaman doon sa benta. Yung admin naman, lahat ng walang kinalaman doon sa benta. So, freight out, may kinalaman ba sa benta yan? Yes. So, ito ay selling expense. Yung sales commissions, may kinalaman ba sa benta yan? Yes, no? So, mas maraming benta, mas mataas yung commission kasi based dun sa benta yan yung commission. For example, yung mga nasa car dealership, no? So, kapag nakabenta sila, daw hindi ako sure kung magkano o ilang percent yung commission sa mga bebebenta nilang kotse. Let's say 20% yung commission. So, ayun. May kinalaman sa sales yan. Yung C, may kinalaman ba yan? Yes, no? Okay. Yung advertising expense. So, ang sagot dito, office manager salary. No, nasa office kasi siya, wala siyang kinalaman doon sa sales. So, administrative expense yan. So, cost yan ng pag-administer doon sa business, pag-manage ng office. 46, dog. Next, 47. The revenue recognition principle for a merchandiser generally dictates that revenue from the sale of goods should be recognized. So, kailan ka mag-record ng revenue? Kapag nag-transfer na yung ownership, no? So, letter C. At the point of sale, when control or the goods passes to the customer. So, hindi kapag nag-order yung customer, hindi rin when the customer pays for the goods. Parang same lang yung BND, no? So, mali. Kailangan, kung kailan nag-pass yung control ng goods, no? So, letter C. Number 48. A company purchases 1,000 of merchandise for cash. Under the perpetual inventory system, the journal entry is perpetual. So, ang gamit mo ay merchandise inventory. Bumili ka. So, merchandise inventory, 1,000. Debit, no? Credit for cash daw. Credit cash, 1,000. So, debit, merchandise inventory, credit cash. Letter C, yun. Debit inventory, credit cash. Number 49. The term net sales represents sales less sales returns and allowances less sales discounts. So, yun. Letter C ang number 49. And number 50. Cost of goods available for sale is the sum of. So, cost of goods available for sale, gawin ulit natin yung ating formula ng cost of goods sold. Okay. Diba? Beginning inventory plus purchases less ending inventory is equal to COGS, cost of goods sold, no? So, beginning inventory plus purchases, yan yung tinatawag natin na goods available for sale. So, tama yung letter B. Beginning inventory and net purchases, no? Ito yun. Beginning inventory plus purchases is equal to goods available for sale. Pero, yung ending inventory plus cost of goods sold ay magka-come up ka lang din sa same na amount na cost of goods available for sale. So, sige, mag-assume tayo, no? Beginning inventory, 50. Purchases, 50. Ending inventory, 20. No, magkano yung cost of goods sold? Ito yung kanina, no? 50 beginning plus 50 na purchases minus ending inventory na 20. So, ang cost of goods sold ay 80. So, alam mo, na yung beginning inventory plus purchases, yan yung cost of goods available for sale. So, goods available for sale, GAFS, 100. Pero pag pinag-add mo rin yung ending inventory and cost of goods sold, makukuha mo rin yung goods available for sale. Therefore, both B and C ang sagot sa number 50. Dog. Ayan. Ang ating rationalization for your quiz. Stop natin recording.